Now we just wait on Mariah to get here. Hop on another plane, head to El Paso, and drive about 5 hours. We are in El Paso. Finally reunited. Time to get the gun, hopefully. So we just got dropped off in this random neighborhood. As you can see, it's very dark in the east side of El Paso to get our rental car. We check in with the code and it all looks well and good. It came with a cooler, but it also, you know, it's COVID times. It came with a sock. It came with masks. Used. That one's definitely used.
That's how they know it works. The reason they're renting out this car this week, they all have COVID now.
Oh, let's go. We are all set up. Doing the hammock thing tonight. Kyle's jumping in bed.
Go give it a shot.
First time sleeping in a hammock. And got that one right there. And got the elk mobile.
Got some weird smells this afternoon though, the car does, so
Yeah, it did.
no problems.
It did, but we did see a bull on the way in, which was pretty exciting.
Yeah, we did.
So we'll go ahead and shut it down, and it's open in the morning.
Yep.
Shooting light starts in 10 minutes. We're up and at 'em. Kyle's getting all laced up. Got the hammock there. My hammock here. Car behind us, and we're gonna run down the road about 5 minutes and then start hiking. So you can say things are getting pretty serious. Got our first elk of the hunt.
Hey, there's some cows right here. To your right. It's the right.
This kid just
Look at all those.
can't control himself.
We're getting excited over here. It is really cool.
So we're gonna drive to this axis, and we're pretty much just gonna walk up this creek bottom and then get over on this ridge. But we're not too far from where we saw that little bull last night. I say little. I was ready to let one fly already. Kyle's here being the voice of reason. So that cow's right there going into a cottonwoods. We're gonna go ahead and park up here on the corner of this private where it turns to public, and then head up there. It's official. We're hunting now. We're about 100, 200 yards from the truck, going up the first spine of this ridge. We'll let you know when we start seeing the Boone and Crockett's and picking up sheds.
Well, out here in the land of the giants, Mariah just found the first shed of the trip. Check this thing out. It is a monster. It is nice. Check it out.
Look at this.
Oh, pick that thing up. That thing's super fresh. Look at that.
Oh yeah, look at that royal.
Gotta be like
against the sun.
It's gotta be like last week's drop or something, man.
Yeah, that thing's fresh. Yeah, he went that way.
We got this. Well, we're a little ways from where we were just glassing not too long ago. Came through a lot of good sign down in the bottom, but never turned anything up. So
Just one shed earlier. That was it.
just the one shed. We ended up jumping a bull in one of those bottoms back there.
He was all of like probably 90 inches.
Yeah, little raghorn.
Yeah.
But we're gonna end up heading back towards the car now and see if we can't go to a different spot.
All this stuff we're in this morning is like super deserty, which is like what we've normally shed hunted. And well, we both agree, like walking, this is something we would shed hunt, but we don't know about this time of year. It's all new to us.
Yeah.
So we're struggling.
Plenty of sign though.
That'll make that days 3 forky that much more sense.
Yeah. So the minimum legal requirement is that he has to have a forker.
Yeah, at least a 6-inch brow tine.
Okay. So
Nice forker. A respectable forker.
it hasn't come to that yet. So today he's trying to hold out for something at least 300.
I said 320 last night after seeing
He
that
said
bull.
320.
Right now I'm feeling more like 300.
I'm feeling more like 280. I'm feeling like if we saw that bull from last night, we go ahead and
It's almost noon, so like
go ahead and take him.
Yeah, by 1 o'clock I'll be feeling about 250.
Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully this next area we're going to will be a little better. So We'll see how it goes.
It's hot.
It is hot.
It's getting hot. Yeah, actually, there's those meadows that I was telling you about.
Yeah, it is.
So we're gonna figure it out. Ride around, do the truck hunting thing. That's our favorite.
Maybe find us a one-tooth wanderer to give us some tricks and tips.
Well, they're shedding right now.
Yeah, just shed them every year.
Walking down through these ponds, see what's down here, and jump in the car, keep rolling. We've been driving for a couple hours now, just trying to feel out the unit, see what it's like, see what areas we want to focus on. I'd hate to get to the last day and discover there was areas we would have rather hunted, so taking midday to do that today and get some ideas for the next 3 days. And as the hours tick on, the size of bull that I need to shoot is getting small. We've been driving around 4 hours probably, at least.
Yeah, probably close.
Yeah, a long time. Kyle got a really good nap. I've been driving 4 hours, and we were finally just gonna go in this evening. You can kind of look behind me. I don't know how well that shows up. It's actually super bright, but there's a bunch of dead wood in here from where there's some fires, and then there's some pines or tangy where we're walking in, and we're gonna kind of get on some of these faces and glass, and we're hoping there's still some cover in these draws.
There's a lot of rubs in here and quite a bit of bull scat, but it's all pretty old.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's better than nothing. There's a lot of rubs. So they were here. And everything else around here is just burned up with fire. Like there's nothing left as far as trees. So
if he's holding up somewhere over here, there's a good chance he'd be holding up in this area.
My excitement on a scale of 0 to 10, probably an 8. You?
Really? Pretty close. I think this would be a good spot.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're gonna walk out there so that we can glass anything coming out of this thick timber. This is like the only draw for a mile or two that has good green timber still. Yeah. The elk master says there's elk. I think we both agreed that if we were here shed hunting, we would be in here. Like this, we'd be hitting this. Oh yeah, they'll be able to see that. We're gonna glass here to about sundown and work out of here up this ridge. There's got to be a bull. There's got to be a bull. Yeah, because we saw those 6 earlier, and then that bull over across the way.
Day 2. Hiking back down into where we were yesterday. Let's get it.
Coming up this ridge, we saw a cow, and as soon as we stopped up here up top, we heard a bugle over here, kind of in the direction we were hoping to get anyway, so it was a little ways off. We're dropping down. We're going to get up on another ridge with better visibility, and hopefully be able to see that bull. See behind me, it's just a bunch of burned timber, and then over here, we actually have ponderosa still, so. And there's oak brush mixed in. There's a lot of food here. And we're going right up there. So, let's see how this goes. Already one elk, and we could have killed her, so I call that a success. And then there, so they're right now they're right over there, and they're walking that way. It's probably 9 o'clock now. We just had our oatmeal and everything. Sitting up here, we actually just ran into some guys just over here. I think, I don't know, there was 3 of them. They're like 100 yards from us, those dudes. Anyway, we just pulled up the glass and got to looking again. And big group of elk. So we saw 14 down in this bottom last night, and there's at least 18 in this group. So it could be the same group. There might be new ones. Regardless, there are a lot of elk in the area. Oh, dude, there's even more all of a sudden. There's a bull.
Where at?
In the back.
Is he on that ridge, guy?
He's just coming out of the brush to the right.
So I need to go right.
He's not big. Probably a little 4x4, 5x5. But there he is. He's the one farthest to the right in the group. He's nice.
Sorry for the shaky footage. It's so hard to get this.
Elk. Elk not. Elk. Elk not. Elk. Elk not. You should have done it.
Back her up, boys. Time to go home.
Man, this view from here, though, killer.
Midday is for naps. We're waiting it out. There's Mariah with his sock blindfold.
It's quite effective.
So, anyways, the elk are down there, we think. No, they are. They are turning around. So this morning, the elk were on that wood line. We were glassing from that knob over there. So I hiked over here, and Mariah saw a little while later cut through this meadow down into this bottom here. So hopefully tonight they're either going to come back down and feed into this ravine in front of us, or come over this way where we can get an opportunity, and if they end up doing what they did this morning, we'll come back in the morning and be more on that side and hopefully be ready. So
So far, I haven't seen anything. It's like 6:15, 6:20. So it's just not getting good. Which pasture on the left side?
top pasture, pulls it right back, pushing.
Wait, where they were this morning?
Yep. He's in the very back, same one.
You're pulling my leg.
Promise you. No, this pasture, the top pasture right here. The top pasture, top of the hill, very back, back of the woods.
What do you mean, top pasture? Like below where they were this morning?
No, look, go straight below my hand. See the pasture, the sunshine on it?
Oh, yeah, I see him. Oh, you see some elk with their heads down. They're moving left to right, so if we got on that ridge, I mean, basically our hope and prayer would be that they start working down this ridge, but they definitely could. Wow.
So we just spotted those bulls, that bull and that herd of cows. We're gonna try to get down here really quick, cross this bottom, and go up where we saw them this morning. And hopefully by the time we get there, it'll still be coming down and we can get a shot. They're about a mile away from us right now, and we got about an hour and 20 minutes to shoot them right and left. So we're gonna do our best to get down there quick and in a hurry. So we're right here. They're 350 yards. We're gonna sneak up a little farther. The bulls with them. See if we can get this done. Let's do it. So the bull that's in there, he's got a bust. He's busted up. He looks like a 4x2. They're 325 yards right now. just trying to figure out what he's going to do. The bull's at 325. But decided we know we would probably shoot him tomorrow since we only have 2 days to hunt left. Our hunt's halfway over right now, so we've just seen so many elk in this basin that it's hard to say whether or not to shoot this bull now and fill the tag or to let him go and possibly not get one at all. You just don't know. We might shoot a bigger one tomorrow, so it's hard to say. When I saw that bull and those cows come over that pasture on the top side up there, I know I could see one side. We think it's probably them. I was thinking there was probably 8 to 10 elk, and there's, I think, 6 right there. We saw 2, a cow and a yearling back behind us on the way up this ridge, so it's hard to say what to do. What do you think, Mariah?
I want to kill him, and I would if I hadn't seen that one this morning.
Yeah. Last night you would have shot him.
Yeah.
Part of me really wants to shoot him right now. It's a tough world out here. All that sitting today for 45 minutes action. I mean, it took us, the time we spotted him up there to get here, it was probably 40 minutes. Like, we were hauling butt. When I came up that next hill, I thought I was going to die. Mariah left me by about 100 yards. I had to meet back up with him on the hilltop. So I'm going to say this, Mariah. Would you shoot him in the morning?
Which makes me think I should shoot him now.
The thing is, there's no difference in shooting him tomorrow morning and shooting him now,
But
except for just sitting on him.
the only thing that's holding me back is that, like, if we saw 20 go in here this morning with that bull was somewhere with cows, plus those 2 we saw over here, plus the 8 in the bull here.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we're just now figuring out where they are.
Yeah.
Like coming up that ridge just now, dude.
Yeah.
The one thing is, like, I don't know where we should be in the morning, but I think it's on this ridge.
Right. Well, I mean, and this ridge is where we heard all those bugles this morning too.
Yeah.
So I mean, on the way up here, there was rubs back there on that ridge, and there was literally trees just snapped in half where elks have been rubbing.
This big flat and that next drain over the super brushy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were in there.
I wouldn't either. Thing is too, I mean, we've been up here for like 24 hours and we've spotted 3 bulls.
Yeah.
If that's different cows than we saw last morning tonight, then we've seen probably almost 40 elk on this right here.
We've got 48 hours left.
48
In the
hours.
first 24 we saw 3 bulls, this being the smallest.
Yeah.
And it's the first one we've gotten a shot at.
The first one we got a shot at. Now we've seen 4 bulls. We jumped that one yesterday morning.
I think I'm not gonna I don't think I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
And I'm probably gonna regret it. But the reason I'm not gonna shoot him is not so much because of his size. I mean, that's part of the ultimate factor.
Right.
But it's like, if that was a big bull, I'd be like, that's our chance.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have a lot more chances left because we're just getting into them.
Yeah. We got 2 days left.
Yeah. And dude, that was so much fun coming up
Dude,
here and seeing them.
I mean, you
I
think-
want to do it again.
You think about it, how excited we got, and how adrenaline rush that was. I mean, that was something running up that mountain like what we did right then, and then all out of breath to get up here, and like you get up here and you come around the corner. I mean, we paused back there probably 200 yards from here, and we're like, do we keep going? Do we wait it out? And it's like, let's just keep following this trail and pop up and see if we can't get up here on them. And we pop up, and then there they are. They're 400 yards. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
It also kind of gives me confidence because, like, I feel weird about setting up on elk like I do whitetails, like that they would do the same thing over and over.
Right.
But that's 2 different bulls that have been in the same area.
Right. And that, this morning, that bigger bull we saw, you said you saw him flimming, kind of pushing does. Well, when I spotted him in that meadow up there before we came on this one,
The last time
he was pushing.
The last time we saw that big bull this morning, he was right about where that one is now because they were going on that ridge.
Right. If we had been sitting right here this morning, we probably could have killed that 6x6.
We almost could have made it too, after knowing how quickly we did that.
Yeah, we about could have made it.
I don't know though.
It would have been hard. They were moving a lot faster this morning. I mean, those elk right there are sitting there pretty good, just, you know, feeding along. Looks like day 2 is pretty much a wrap, though.
Alright, day 3, headed back up the hill to get up where we saw that bull last night. It's quite a push. You can see all that behind me. That's where we were yesterday. We glassed up on that point, and we are headed up there a little bit further. I'm trying to pick out any elk in the area on the way up. I got the masked Twiggy here to try to spot an elk. I'm wanting to kind of just glass this as we're heading up the side, since we're going to be upwind of it.
Sounds good.
Alright. We're both feeling day 3 a little bit more than day 2, I think. I know I am. This is such beautiful country, man. What's your prediction for the day?
Big bulls going down.
Simple, elegant, but I like it. The elk sign up here is crazy. You see all this, all the tracks, all the nipped off grass. As we work up this ridge where we're going, there's a bunch of rubs, and it opens into a huge fire burn meadow. That's what we're hoping. Where they are.
It's 9 o'clock. I just glassed up 5 mule deer does right there. But you missed the elk right here. And we turned around. And some elk just came over the hilltop right here at us. I hope the wind doesn't screw us. Our wind's not perfect, but we're hoping that it blows with them. We can see 5 elk right now. So, we'll see.
So, those elk this morning, there was not a bull. So we've just been sitting here trying to figure out, because the wind is super screwy and we're not sure what we're going to do. We're about to leave, and I glassed this hillside, just freehanded with binoculars, like a mile and a half away, and spotted a bunch of elk bedded up in these trees. So we're going to put the spotter on them and see if there's a bull with them. And if so, I think we're probably going to try to kill one. You found him yet?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Very sunburned.
So right now, we're just sitting here glassing. Those elk Mariah glassed up across this canyon from us. It looks like there's probably 5 cows, and looks like a little spike bull, and Mariah thinks he saw a beam stick out about 15 feet to the right of them. So we're just kind of waiting and watching right now. They're about 1.75 miles from us, the crow flies. So
One of the cows just stood up.
it's a good little poke to get over there. It's just trying to figure out if it is a bull over there, plan a route over there, because where they're bedded at, I mean, it would definitely be in a run for the money if we could know there was a shooter bull over there. They're just a ways away.
Looks like a calf just stood up. Seems like every 5 or 10 minutes another one will stand up.
Yeah.
So it's really just a matter of time till hopefully a bull
Stands up.
if he is there, which I'm pretty much certain I saw a pretty good beam in ears, because I definitely saw ears and a head stick out. I'm pretty sure I saw a good beam with it.
You need to know where he is. So they are right there in that little strip of pines. There's a really deep canyon in between here and there. So we're gonna have to go, get up, walk up one of these drains, pop up another hill, and I think we'll be 200 yards from them. Let's see if we can see them.
Yellow screen across this.
So they're right in those pines. You can see them, but they're just little heads. That's the game plan. So Kyle's gonna mark
I think they're on that ridge top, like right.
where they are. We're gonna go give her a shot. Going after them. It's now 11:30. We sat on ceremony watching watching this group for probably an hour and a half now. We picked out our route and
got some landmarks picked out. It's gonna look different when we get over there.
I even took a picture through the scope to try to make sure that we'll be able to pick them out. But we think it's about 1.5 miles, maybe a hair over. Once we get close, we're gonna stop, put our jackets on because we're both getting super sunburnt, and basically pop up and probably just wait them out. Hopefully we'll be able to just slip up and shoot, or if nothing else, hopefully be able to slip up, be able to see his antlers, and then just wait until he stands up. Because the way this is, it's just like a little group of pines, and those shadows move around in them so much. Like to stay in the shadows, to stay in the shade, they've got to move about every hour or two. So if we get up there and get in position, we should get a shot. We'll see. Time will tell.
So the game plan is we're gonna drop down here and go up past that rock face, and then take this up to the left. One of our markers is here. Those elk are bedded up there. So that's the plan as of now. You can see the scat. Here's the rock face. They're bedded on this ridge way up there. We're going up this canyon way up and then pop up. That's the plan. We're just gonna climb straight up these rocks. Pop out our first landmarks up there. So okay, so we can see our last checkpoint now. There's a snag. You can see the top of it right there. It's gonna go over just top. It's only 100 yards probably. Yeah, it's probably 100 yards from us, so we just gotta skirt up this hill. We're gonna crawl about the last 20 yards up to it. And we should be in range. You can see the tops of those trees right there. That's the tree line that those elk were in. So we're gonna look for some good gust of wind like we got right now. Yeah, it's pretty hot up here. It's hot. It's like 85. We're sweating like crazy. You gotta make sure you keep your lipstick on. Yeah. You can see where we were this morning. We just came all the way down through this, up through those trees, and we're up on top of the hillside over there. So we got some ground the last about 50 minutes. It took us to get here. So it's also worth noting that we think we're gonna be, if anything, they're a little bit over a roll from us when we're set up. So we're hoping we can at least pick out his antlers before he stands up. But we may end up crawling, or we may end up just sitting there for the next 4 hours, wait until they get up. It might take a while. But we're pretty confident they'll get up and move every once in a while. And when he stands up, we should be able to get a shot off at some point. We're gonna be in the game if they're still there either way. Yeah. We got all afternoon, so got another 7 hours of shooting light almost, so there's plenty of time to put a bull on the ground. We'd like to go ahead and just do it now so we could gut in the daylight. Hey man, we made it up here. We crawled for the last 30 yards or so, and we just spotted the cows, and the bull are still bedded right there. Mariah's getting a range right now. He's right at 200. He's right at 200 yards, so we're in good range. He's either a 4x4 or 5x5. It's hard to tell, but he's bedded down. You can just see his one antler sticking up behind the tree. And right now, it's just bedded. Can you see him? He's nice. I just glassed up a bigger bull. He's a 6x6. And we're in good shape. He's gonna eventually come up that ridge line like all those cows have been doing. And we should get a shot. He just bedded back down, but he's gonna come up that ridge. He's down. You smoked him. You smoked him, dude. He dropped straight down. You smoked him, dude. Dude, when you shot, man. When you shot, I was watching through the scope. I saw his back end just dropping. His whole head flew back forward, dude. I saw him come through that tree. I was like, okay, there's his shoulder. I was like, I could shoot him right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had his shoulder. There's some branches there.
You just let it rip, dude.
I basically put it on him. The only thing the whole time, like, I knew those trees in front of them was 230.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had that circle for it's 215, my circle.
Yeah.
I used the bottom of the circle, and I put that like 2/3 of the way up his shoulder.
Yeah. And that's definitely the biggest bull that we've seen this trip so far, too. He's a nice 6x6.
What time is it right now? Like 3?
It's not even 3 yet. I don't think.
It's like probably 2:40, and we haven't eaten lunch or anything because we spotted them at what, 10?
Yeah, and we spotted them from that ridge over there, and we made a 1.5-mile trek through this bottom, up this ridge, and then just put this smack down on it. So I'd have some video I'll put in here, but there was a 5x5 that was bedded right there, and originally we only thought there was like 7 or 8 elk right here.
I had the safety off and I had it on that 5x5, but I kept adjusting my gun, and I'm so happy I did. But I kept adjusting because I wanted to be really steady. And then about the time I finally got steady, you went behind a tree, and I was like, I looked back at you, I was like, because I saw him coming to an opening, I was like, this is it.
Well,
and they never came out.
Yeah, well, originally too though, like we were watching, talking about the 5x5.
Yeah.
So then he bedded down behind a pine, and we're sitting there, and it's a little while later, and all of a sudden I'm like, Mariah, I can see it. There's a bigger bull behind the trees. And the 6x6 just comes out and he just beds with this cow. And we've been waiting. We've been up here for 2.5 hours or better, sitting here waiting.
Let's see, we got here at like 12:45, it's 2:50. It's 3 o'clock now, it's 2:50.
So we were here for 2.5 hours sitting here waiting. And he just,
Summer.
when he first bedded down, it was 2:06 when he bedded down. And right now, what time is it right now?
It's 2:59.
So it's been 55 minutes since he stood up. I mean, since he bedded down, and he just now stood up. And
you heard as soon as he got up, I bleated like I would a deer.
Yeah, he's like, man,
I couldn't find the elk, the cow paw, and he didn't stop until he's behind a tree. And you're like, all right. And I mean, I had the tips of his antlers and then his butt, basically. Yeah. I could see a main beam sticking out.
I know, dude. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How you feel, buddy?
I feel like $1 million.
Eh? Look like a big old elk laying dead up there, son. 15 yards right now. I think you should look, man. Dude. That head is huge, man. Dude, it smells like elk, man. I thought he had a busted fifth. His front's busted too, on his right.
Yeah. I don't shoot bulls that aren't busted up. I like to scrap them.
He doesn't find elk sheds that aren't busted up either. Yeah, definitely some of my favorite part. Ivory and tongue. Look at this mass though. I mean, look at this. It's a brute. Just a size reference.
Yeah.
I'm a size 11.5. New Mexico. Got her done, man. Gila National Forest, hunt of a lifetime right here. This is definitely the biggest bull we've seen this
by
this
far.
trip.
He's bigger than any shed I've ever found.
Yeah, he is.
He's busted up. He busted his royal, his fifth,
And his
first brow.
It's a stud of a bull, man.
Yeah, he is.
I'll tell you what, it sure feels good to got it done today. Man, so the plan now is we'll have to start working on him, skin him, get him quartered, get everything deboned, and then we'll have to hike him down this mountain. So we shot from over here, so we'll hike him down this, back down in that ravine off where we went down that rock ledge, and there's a road down there in that bottom. We'll drive down there. So it shouldn't be too bad, but it's definitely gonna be work. Well,
We've made it to the end of the line. We're
So-
all masked up.
so we flew from El Paso. We're in Dallas now, and he's about to board his plane back to Indy, and I got to head back to North Carolina. So
Been real. We got the sunburns to prove it.
we do got all the meat, everything checked on the plane. If you're wondering how we brought it back, we looked into shipping and stuff. It was gonna be crazy expensive, so we ended up checking everything onto the plane.
Not terrible. It's pricey, but it's not terrible. It's a decent option. 250 pounds of meat. I ended up shipping the antlers back UPS. I checked FedEx and UPS this morning. I did some kind of custom packaging to cover up the antler points with some tape and cardboard, and UPS shipped it for $150 back to Indy. So
It was a very custom job. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss out on any other cool videos that are going to be posted here soon. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, please drop them in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. Like always, happy hunting.